So one of my favorite content creators, a person who I consider a actual personal friend of mine by the name of Mr. Pokey, has uploaded a video called Why. Now, I know Mr. Pokey, and when somebody says, why is this happening? What's going on? I will hopefully be able to provide clarity of what's going on in the situation. Now, I will say this. Any question or any issue Mr. Pokey has ever brought up has always been answered in spades by his own community saying, it's Tectone's fault. And to a certain degree, sure. Yeah. I mean, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and play ignorance. I understand that the community that I have, the personality that I have, will absolutely cause problems. Absolutely. Why wouldn't they? My community and my personality has always been built about going against the machine and essentially battling corporate greed in a field that is paraded by people who want to feed into it. So I understand that my community and myself were a little bit of disruptors. And that's not me to sound cool like we're the good guys, we're the edgy. That's just entirely what we are. And I don't think anybody would disagree with that. But Mr. Pokey has asked why. I'm not even sure what this video is about, other than my mods telling me that he's worried that his chat's out of control. I'm assuming this is about his previous Twitter post. I can only assume that his comments are all blaming me. But maybe I'm being delusional. Better yet, before I cast judgment, let me just check. Sorry, I've seen this many times before. I'm just gonna give it a quick Tectone. Oh wait, this guy says that I'm the fucking man. Oh, okay, and this is the guy that's blaming me with 46 upvotes. All right, so we got one comment saying that he should listen to me. And we got another comment saying, oh yeah, it's all my fault with 46 upvotes. So I wasn't really that far off. All right, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's see what it's about. And let's hopefully provide some clarity in my point of view on this.
I'm not gonna change my aim that in 2025 is gonna be a love, peace, and happiness for myself.
Okay, so this is very interesting. And the reason why this is very interesting is because previously, maybe about a month and a half ago, Mr. Pokey put out a post saying that he is going to go full on war and he's no longer being neutral. Now he is saying that he doesn't want that anymore and he wants to go back to just being a neutral, peace, love, happiness creator. Now, a lot of people were calling him a hypocrite. This is not a hypocrite by your definition. What I think a hypocrite is a person in the process of change. I think Mr. Pokey dipped his toes into my world, which is the controversy world, which is the world where you talk about shit that fucking sucks and you're okay with ruffling feathers because you want to believe what you say. But the problem is that a lot of content creators are realizing that not everybody is cut out for this world. It is fucking stressful. It fucking sucks. Everybody calls you a piece of shit just because you are trying to right the wrongs of the space. Mr. Pokey tried it. He realized he can't handle it. He doesn't want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And now he wants to dip and go back to being more neutral and peace, love, and happiness. Completely fine.
I don't want to instigate. I don't even want to, get into the thick of it with regards to the whole war content.
Sure. Now, I do. And it's honestly my favorite fucking thing. And I'm going to keep doing that shit forever because it's hilarious. I love it. That's the reason why I stream.
But today, when I was playing my Genshin 5.3 playthrough, from the moment I started playing Genshin 5.3 to the end of my Genshin 5.3, there has been a constant, and I do mean this genuinely, a constant, non-stop influx. I don't know if they're cruel bots or...
So I did a little bit of research before this, and I actually VOD reviewed both playthroughs for Mr. Pokey because he was talking about this and he was concerned about this yesterday on yesterday's stream. I will say the exact same issues that were happening during the Genshin playthrough were also happening during the Wuthering Waves playthrough. This is not an issue that merely existed when he was playing Genshin. It was both. The Hoyo shills were on him during the Kuro game. The Kuro bots were on him during the Hoyo game. is what it is. This should be expected. But however, I'm not really sure why he turned a blind eye to it. Maybe he was more immersed in the Wuthering Waves story, so he wasn't aware what was going on with this chat. And then for Genshin, maybe he was a little bit more bored, so he did notice the war in his chat. But yes, it was existing in both sides. It was an issue on both sides. And maybe that's what caused it. But I'm just going to assume maybe he just didn't notice it when he was playing Wuthering Waves. But it was an issue for both.
Or what they are. But they are non-stop chatters from both Twitch and YouTube. They are just constantly telling me or like asking me or essentially just saying, why are you playing Genshin Impact 5.3?
Now, the reason why this is such an important comment of why he said it's his Twitch and YouTube is due to the fact that I don't have pull on YouTube like I have pull on Twitch. I will be real. If you're a Gacha streamer on Twitch, my chat, when I'm offline, they're going to be invading your space. They will. On YouTube, that's not my problem. I don't cultivate a live streaming audience on YouTube whatsoever. Those people's opinions are their own. And that is their fault. Now, once again, was my chat probably in Mr. Pokey's chat saying Genshin sucks? Absolutely. 100%. The game fucking sucks. Let's just be completely, that game is ass. Okay? You want to know why Mr. Pokey started playing Genshin? Because his chat was begging him to play. The game's ass. We can sit here and pretend that it's not, but it is the least taken care of game of all the big four. It's happening on YouTube and it's happening on Twitch, which means one of three things. Well, first of all, not my fault. Okay? It's on YouTube. Got nothing to do with me. Okay? This is due to Mr. Pokey would farm war content, so now he has war chatters. Okay? This is also caused by Wuthering Waves completely blowing 5.3 out of the water and the communities being in contention right now. These are all demonstrably true, is what it is. Now, I will say, on Twitch side, if I was live, there would probably be much less of a war in his chat, because then my chat would leave his chat and come to my chat. However, this is now an issue of the communities, not a Tectone bullied Mr. Pokey, pushed him on the ground and make him cry. So before these people go, big bad Tectone ruin Genshin, shut the fuck up. First of all, wear that with a badge of honor. Second of all, it's just simply not true because it was happening on his YouTube as well. Let's continue.
Imagine playing Genshin Impact 5.3. You just
well, that's also like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like these are jokes that have been cultivated by the community.
played Wuthering Waves 2.0 and now you're playing this dog shit game. Only 1.4k, 1.3k viewers when I just started playing, compared to Wuthering Waves when at launch we got like 2k viewers, right? Imagine going around in bikes when you can fly and all that kind of stuff, right? But it's
every single one of those comments was true. I mean, it's true. Now, I want to say, I really hope that Mr. Pokey didn't take offense to someone saying, imagine flying bikes, right? Because that's just like a true comment. And that's not really a... When the community was venting that, hi, Mr. Pokey, thank you for the raid. We're going over your video. When the community was saying, imagine riding a motorcycle when you can fly, that's not an attack on Mr. Pokey, right? That's an attack on the game, right? So there was probably a lot of people in the chat attacking the game, absolutely. But that's been going on everywhere on Twitter. Yeah, let's keep going here.
This has been a constant throughout my entire playthrough of the goddamn story. And usually, I don't even, especially when I do story, I don't really tend to read chat that much. Because I want to immerse myself in the story. But my experience playing this Genshin 5.3, it has been barraged by these chatters so much that I felt a little bit bad that my mind couldn't fully focus on Genshin 5.3.
So here's the reality, and let's speak some truth here, right? I'm gonna keep this completely true. Mr. Pokey had a chat, Mr. Pokey had a community that was heavily unmoderated. Let's just be real. Let me know when I'm lying. Mr. Pokey's chat was heavily unmoderated because he himself has admitted he just wasn't reading the chat. Now we're getting to the point where he is starting to read it and he is starting to see the battleground that's happening in his chat. He's become aware of these numbers. People have had issues with this chat for a very long time. And now we are in a war arc. This is absolutely a Genshin versus Wuthering Waves war arc. Everybody knows it. It's even more so, people are going off on Genshin creators because we've seen the blatant hypocrisy and even to some people, the blatant racism of Genshin creators, as well as other creators around the space. There is one solution to this. If you don't want a war, you're going to have to kill the people who are causing it. This is just the reality. All you got to do is say, mods, red alert. If you see people causing issues, just permaban them. They're gone. Why would you not permaban them? Permaban, move on. You can go even further. Permaban and let them know that they will be cross-banned. DM me, say this guy said this, show me the logs, ban him here too. I don't care. It's really that easy. I don't want retards in my chat. I don't. Sacrifice them and peace will ensue. Do not let anybody dictate what you can or cannot play. It's also not fair saying that Genshin creators are racist. Only a select a few are and have came out to admit it. That is exactly what I said. Nowhere, if I did, it was a crazy misspeak. I didn't say that at all. There was nowhere where I said, all Genshin creators are like this. Nobody said that. I'm saying there are Genshin creators who have come out to be this. Right? Nowhere did I say all of them are like this. So work on your listening comprehension.
After my mods ban or time out one guy and 2 more.
I just want to clarify that we do mod Pokey's chat. However, we are extremely lenient because Pokey himself is quite lenient. Are you Mr. Pokey's mod? I'm his stream admin? Yes. Great. So Bread's Creamy, you know what you're going to do? You're going to get Mr. Pokey. You're all going to sit down on a call. And you're going to say, this is how I want my chat to act. This is how I want my chat to behave. Anybody who goes against it, ban them. Just put out certain things. If somebody says this word, you ban them. If somebody brings this up, you ban them. If they're instigating, you ban them. That's it. I will be real. I ban so many motherfuckers, it's insane here. You want to know why? Because Genshin Impact and Gacha games in general breed a lot of retards. Let's be real. We are playing anime Gacha games. First of all, gambling addicts. Second of all, anime fans bring lolicons. Okay, then you have self-insert people where their life is so fucking miserable, they have to pretend they're an anime character. I was embarrassed of the people who I had in my chat when I played Genshin for 2.5 years. It was humiliating. They had people, I would say Paimon emergency food and they'd laugh. So I killed them all. But if you have a leniency on your chat, you will have a chat, just being completely real, that are full of a bunch of fucking retards. And it's up to you as a streamer, and it's up to your mods that you assign to take care of that. Because if you want peace, it can be achieved, but you must have sacrifices. You must.
Will come out. And then another one, and another one, and another one. Like, it just went on non-stop for 4 hours. I think towards the end, when there was a cinema, at the final fight, I then eased down a little bit. And then it happened again. Now, I don't mean this to... Okay, and I really don't think this is like an instigating or a war video because I don't think this is pertaining to any content creators. This is specifically on my experience playing a game.
Chat's gonna blame me. They are. Let's just be real. And you also say, this issue only happened during Genshin Impact. They're gonna say, oh, fuck Wuthering Waves players. Right? Let's just be honest. And to that point, yes, it is my fault. Because me and Mr. Pokey do share some members of my chat, and I was offline, and I apologize that my chatters go other places when I'm offline, and they cause issues. And I try to, round them all up, bring them all in, say, oh, guys, don't do that. But I have been trying to stream more, and I've been trying to control the plague. Yes, that were some of my chatters, probably. But that being said, hey, as long as you're not playing Genshin, my chat's fine. They're fine. They're great. But it angers them. It's like feeding a gremlin food after midnight. They're like, I'll kill Paimon. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way.
And why I think there's I don't really have a problem with it because at the end of the day, there's nothing on the line for me, right?
Well, you do have a problem with it because when you let your chat dictate what you will or will not play, that is so fucking bad. It is. Because then you're not their streamer, you're their puppet. You must let these people know that you are who is going to decide what is happening. That's very important.
There's nothing online on me playing Wuthering Waves or playing Genshin Impact because I majority of the time play Honky Starbucks. A little bit of Zenless Zone Zero, and I endeavor in Genshin or Wuthering Waves every single time a new patch launches out. So there's really nothing on the line for me, whether I play Wuthering Waves or Genshin or not. But
it gives you more of an outreach in the space that you want to call your home. And I'm not going to exaggerate, you want to have as many eggs spread out as possible for the longevity of the content creation. Now, if you want to tie your entire career to Honkai Star Rail, you can. But I don't think that's good long term. But it's completely up to you. Every creator can do whatever they want, though. If that's what he wants, he can do that. But it's not good career wise.
it is just very unfortunate that my playing experience today, especially right after my playing experience in Wuthering Waves, it was such a world of difference for my chat's behavior when I was playing Wuthering Waves for 3 days straight compared to 1 day of playing Genshin Impact.
Well, that's probably because the game wasn't that good, huh? Yeah, usually chat's pretty tame when they're playing a game that's like good. But when you go to play something bad, it usually gets a little bit out of control. And once again, I am not trying to be a dick with that comment. I'm really not. But that happens like with every game in like a kind of mid game. And Mr. Pokey rated it as 6.5 himself. Am I gonna have to go to Genshin to play this shit just to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass about Natlin? Because I just have to assume, because Mr. Pokey also said it himself, when it got towards the end and it was cinema, this is his words, not mine, chat was good. So then what I'm assuming is when things were bad, chat went a little bit crazy. Well, that just happens with any game. If a game is shit, chat is going to say the game is shit.
And at this point, I don't even know if they are my chatters or not my chatters. Some of them don't.
Here's the reality. If they are in your chat, they are your chatters. And this is a mentality that more people need to understand. They are in your chat room. They are now your chatters. And you have the ability to ban them or not. For example, this is my Twitter community. Yesterday, there was a lot of motherfuckers shitting on Mr. Pokey. I am just going to be real. 1,000,000%. It was right here. A full hate post on Mr. Pokey. Let's be real, after instances of aggressive misinformation, what Wuthering Waves players even watching your stream, it's most likely Genshin fans against Genshin fans. Now, watch. I click on them. They're not even following me. This is an example of someone that people would consider part of my chat, but they're not my chat. But as this is my community, I have the choice. I have the choice to address these people. I have the choice to keep them here or not. Even though they don't follow me, the only reason why they're here is because we gained a shit ton of people because I offered to do a giveaway after 24 hours and I was going to lock the community. I'm not going to lock the fucking community, right? I put out a post in my community where I said, here we go. So I made a post that people weren't too happy about, so they didn't like it, which is removing all of those who aren't following me in 24 hours. Also, chill the fuck out on Mr. Pokey. Bro's trying to change his ways clearly. Instigators will be permid. Shit on people who deserve it like Gateo rather than good dudes like Pokey. Put out a post about it. It was even pinned, but people were not happy about that shit. But here's the reality. In 24 hours, I'm going to be deleting all those posts if those people don't leave or change their ways. It's very simple. It's very, very, very simple. Because whether they're my chatters or not, I have responsibility for what they're posting in my chat. So do my moderators, which, okay, I'll be real. It's only me. It's me. I have no moderators in that entire Twitter community. It's me moderating 18,000 people at once. But I can easily press the delete button. However, I kept that up as a symbol of this is a person causing issues. They're not my chatter. However, they're still my responsibility. And I'm not going to feign ignorance. What do you mean Pokey's trying to change? So Mr. Pokey has been an instigator pretty much his whole career. He was going to go even harder once he got back from the war. Really just fucking digging into the drama, digging into the dirt. He made a post a couple days ago, says he no longer wants to be that way. He wants to be peace, love, and happiness. Was he not neutral? No, he was never neutral, right? But now he actually wants to be, and he wants to move away from this war. So that's what I mean by that. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Even follow me. Some of them follow me just to comment whatever they want to say. And it's just very, very unfortunate that I have to experience.
Why don't you put mods in the Twitter community? Because my mods were getting shit on. And so I was like, all right, I'll just handle it. That's pretty much it.
This during my playthrough. Now, I know that I'm not a Genshin main, or I'm not a Wuthering Waves main, right? So my own chat, they don't really watch me specifically for Genshin or specifically for Wuthering Waves. Most of the time it's the Honky Starbucks. I would say that's like more than 50% of the time what I stream, aside from the variety and all that kind of stuff. But during my short time in both games,
yep,
the amount of shit that I had to deal with chat today was ridiculous. Genuinely, it was so ridiculous, and I also didn't want to stop focusing on the story in the middle, and then just like pick it out, because I didn't really want it to influence the remaining or like the majority of the audience they were watching. But it was just yeah, it is quite unfortunate. It is quite unfortunate. I'm not saying that this is like a way of saying I should play Wuthering Waves more, because Wuthering Waves in their opinion is like a better game, or I should play Genshin Impact less because Genshin Impact does not have fly. Genshin Impact does not have it's like it's a kid's game, and Genshin Impact has Paimon, whatever kind of stuff.
Bro, just play the games that you want, and then if people are being stupid, just ban them. It's that easy.
At the end of the day, which is, you know, the whole point why I even played both patches at the same place, is I want to experience these games for myself.
Then do it.
It's basically a single patch in a gacha game that holds almost no, or rather less significance compared to the other gacha games that I play, specifically Stario, right? And it really makes me wonder if being a gacha streamer that doesn't focus on one game, is that even a good thing?
Yes.
Because what's the point of playing all these different games? And like, yeah, I'm a tourist. I admit I'm a tourist at this point, right? Even though we play a lot of Wuthering Waves at the start, I admit I'm a tourist at this point. Is that I still want to enjoy all these other patches that.
Bro has to ask Fob how to handle the chat. Fob's chat's absolutely out of fucking control. I mean, legit, Fob is like their little chew toy. Right? Fob's chat just shits on him 24/7. I don't think Mr. Poke is a guy who wants that. I mean, they just talk to Fob like he's a piece of shit. That's pretty much it. Yeah, nah. That's horrible advice. Yeah, he really is the E-Rob of Gacha, absolutely.
Games have released for my own personal enjoyment. Because at the core of it, I still am a gamer, right? I still like the feeling of getting.
Yeah, Fob is the victim of his chat. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, the E-Rob of Gacha, absolutely.
The feeling of winning or losing at 50-50, the feeling of using these brand new units, whether be it the elemental system in Genshin Impact or the dodge, quick parry, quick assist.
I just told Pokey to ban the real one's appeal. No, absolutely, Genizard.
Resonal swapping, whatever. I don't give a shit, man. I just want to enjoy it. And when it's done, I move on. But at this point, it's really making me doubt if this can even be a net positive for the viewers or the community that I'm trying to build in my channel. Because let's just be real, if I were to just focus on one game, if I were to just...
Okay, I'm going to be real. If you are a streamer who is playing one game and one game only, you're no longer building a community. You are going into a community. It's a huge difference. You are merely becoming a resident of their community. You're not building anything. Unless you are taking them to multiple places, they're just not your chat. They're just not. Legit, like, dude, my chat isn't my chat until I'm playing something like Me-Side and I'm seeing how many people are still here, right? Because if that chat is only there when you're at their house, that's not your chat. You just went to go visit somebody's house.
Play Honkai Star Rail.
If you stream one game, you're an employee of that game. No, absolutely.
Be having this discussion today, and I wouldn't be making this video because there wouldn't be other community members that are in that game saying, oh, this game, my game is better than your game, and your game is better than my game. Or comments like, oh my god, why are you such a tourist? You don't know how to do this. Okay, these comments, I don't really care, right? I know I suck at the game. I think it's entertaining as well. I think it's very funny that my chat cooks me. I think those are fine. But it's mainly when I play both games as a game that I just want to enjoy, and it ends up instigating war in my chat simply from me playing the game. You can check my VOD for all 3 days. You can just simply check. We were literally just doing story, and the amount of chatters that I've had today that were just behaving like kids. It's just...
Okay, I want to correct that. It's not chatters behaving like kids. They are just kids. They are. And when you go into a game that is populated by children, there are going to be children there, right? Hey, buddy, good to see you. And the war that's going on between Genshin and Wuthering Waves, it is pretty much kids. A lot of teenagers, a lot of adults, but the majority of adults don't really care that much to fight this shit. They're like, oh God, I gotta pay my bills, right? So they're not people behaving like kids, they are kids. And I did check the VOD. It was an issue in both games. There is a war actively happening between Genshin and WuWa. It is not an issue specifically of WuWa players hating on Genshin. No, it's Genshin haters hating, or Genshin players hating on WuWa players. It's WuWa players hating on Genshin players. It's both sides.
What?
And just wait, because that war is going to continue when Rememento comes out versus Honkai Star Rail. Then Ananta is going to get thrown into the mix. Absolutely.
The point of me trying to branch out and do different games, if at the end of the day, it just ends up coming back.
Look at Zyox's YouTube VOD comment. It was a disaster. Well, let's just go ahead and pull it up. So this is what I mean, Mr. Pokey, and it's very important that you see this because it's both sides. Because even when Zyox was playing Wuthering Waves, his chat was being cringe as fuck. AKA why it said, don't be cringe. You can criticize on insulting and harassing each other. Because his entire Wuthering Waves quest and his Genshin Impact quest, they were both freaking the fuck out. It's a community of retards, and they're at each other's throats. Now, I love it, but that's because I am also fucking retarded. But the issue is for Genshin, and the issue is for Wuthering Waves.
And forced.
Zyox called this out, by the way. Here we go.
This, again, is like purely out of spite. But I might go do WuWa Tower just to fuck with people. Because some people are getting mad in the Zyox Archives comments that I was playing WuWa. So I wish all of you to have a miserable day. So we're probably just going to play that later. Because I fuck.
So hopefully this demonstrates that it is both sides. Because the problem with this video is it's acting like there's nothing wrong with Genshin players. And that is the biggest issue I take with this video. It's the only issue I take. Let's not act like one side is being good and the other side is bad. They're both being awful. Okay? Trust me. Because as a man who's playing both sides, I'm gassing both of them up. Go to town, man. You got to fight. Get in there, man. Yo, here's a gun. Here's a shovel. Get him, bro. Y'all got to fight.
A chat.
TBH's chat during WuWa was chill. Brother, I checked the VODs. Shut the f up. No, it wasn't.
That is driven by war and drama. By comparison. By my game is better than your game. Or your game is worse than my game. There's no point. At this point, I'm basically kind of done with Genshin Impact. One, because, you know, I do want to go back and play Stario because tomorrow is going to be the new Memory of Chaos update. Two is also because I kind of finished everything. And three is, okay, it's legit. The reason why I still kind of don't want to continue. Yeah,
notice how we finished all of Genshin Impact's content in one stream, whereas Wuthering Waves is taking 3. Anyways, Wuthering Waves is a better game. If you disagree, you're a Kurobot. Fuck Paimon. Abby greater than Paimon. Okay, a fucking Rover greater than Traveler. We all fucking know it, dude. Fuck them all. If you like Genshin, you're a bitch. If you like Genshin, you're a bitch. It
just gives my chat it creates that environment where I can see why people would say my chat has a shit chat.
Absolutely.
Because it ends up making this, oh my god, why are you playing this dodgy game? And it just happens throughout the entire time. So why the fuck would I continue on? It doesn't have to be Genshin Impact, but I'm just saying this for like any gacha games. If I have to be in a gacha community where the player base themselves are so fucking holed up in their gacha tribalism to the point where if their streamer does not play the game they enjoy and the ends are just turning the chat into a war zone, then why should I even continue that?
Well, because it's the vocal minority and it's very easy to deal with. You just ban them. Yeah, it's pretty much just it. Like, yeah, if you just ban them, then it stops. It's a very small amount of people. It is. It is. A very small amount of people. It's like Gateo's chat. Like, it's mainly like 7 people who are just being retarded. The problem is, Gateo didn't ban him. He has him VIP'd. Right? That's the difference.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ban the 1% for the sake of the 99%. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really even make that many, I would say.
Why is Mr. Pokey crying? He's not crying. He's just merely expressing an issue he doesn't know how to deal with. Using words with negative connotation like that in order to paint him in a bad light is just very disingenuous. He's merely just a content creator that's confused and is looking for advice. That's all it is.
Like, I don't really know how you define it as like value-adding content, because for me, I think at this point, for both Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact, I'm doing content that, you know, is really just out of enjoyment, right? Like pulls, summons, story, review the patches a little bit here and there. For Wuthering...
Oh, if he's playing games for enjoyment, he should stop playing Genshin Impact because the game sucks. Yeah, that's not in that game, so maybe he should stop playing.
Waves, at the start, we made a lot of guides at the very, very start. But then we kind of, you know, it's an open world gacha game. I just didn't really go out of love with it. So we just kind of moved on. Does that mean that if I have to... It really comes to the point where, is it my fault as a streamer for playing games that is something the gacha tribalism people deem not good? And if that is the case, should I just stay in Honkai Star Rail? Or like...
So, it's not your fault for wanting to play a game. However, there should be some responsibility taken for the fact that Pokey is also someone who has fed into the war. He has. He's done many gacha, tribalistic, you know, instigation. And there's even photos of that. There is. Hold up. Let me see if I can find something. Like, I mean, even this right here, you know what I'm saying? I scroll down to 4 days ago. You're doing the gacha war is back. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Pokey is someone who actively feeds into the gacha war, right? So yeah, that's why it exists, because, well, if you step in shit, expect to smell like shit. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. You know what I'm saying?
Like in Zenless Zone Zero.
So, I mean, if he doesn't want to do any of the gacha war, let me tell you why that's the biggest L decision he could ever make. This community is paraded by sensitive crybaby bitches. They are. They are. Anything that you say, they can turn it in to, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Oh, damn. He said that Sunday wasn't top tier when I think he's top tier. Hey, fuck him. Hey, Sunday mains. This guy sucks. You'll just get infighting. You will get infighting wherever you go unless you become your chat's god and smite the heretics. You will be dealing with retards forever. You must kill them.
Because when I play those two games, we don't get a comparison. Because then again, there won't be another.
And you say, well, that's not true, Techie. That's not true. He's always been good when he just played Honkai Star Rail. He was good before he met you. And I guarantee you that's a comment. He was good before he met you, Techie. He was good when he just played Honkai Star Rail. Do you guys not remember how I started talking to Mr. Pokey? Well, how about I remind you? He was a guy who played Honkai Star Rail, and he said Jing Yuan was mid, and there was a whole damn subreddit called r/Jing Yuan mains who was attempting to ruin his life. So I stepped in to have his back, and I bitched an entire community. And guys, where oh where is r/Jing Yuan mains now? Nowhere. So don't sit here and act, and none of his chat should be sitting here enabling this behavior. Nobody should be saying, yes, Mr. Pokey, just stay in Honkai Star Rail. This would never happen in Honkai Star Rail. Bitch, it started in Honkai Star Rail. And don't say, none of this ever happened before Tectone was here. Bitch, it was a problem. And if I didn't step in, he'd still be dealing with that shit. I stepped in to help him out. Dumbass motherfuckers making shit weird.
Other Honkai Star Rail to compare with as of this point. And for Xenoblade Zone Zero, there also isn't that much of a comparison.
And now they're Firefly mains.
It's specifically at this point for Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. And as unfortunate as it is to have this conversation, I don't really know if this happens to other content creators. Because I might be one of the few that legit dabbles in a lot, right? I would love to hear what Fob thinks of this. If Fob ever reacts to this video. Because I know Fob also plays a shit ton of different games. Like he plays...
Great, so he wants people to react to it. Okay, so this will go to YouTube. I wasn't originally going to upload this, but because he wants to know what people think, I will upload this. Okay, great.
While he plays Genshin, he plays on... Maybe he plays Genshin now.
So as another content creator who has dealt with this for 6 years, just ban them and you'll be much better. There will always be fighting. There will always be war. There will always be instigating. If you're in one game, you will have war within that one game, you will. And so your job as a content creator is to get in as many different spaces as possible. And when you deem a place beyond healing, you leave. Okay? Because Genshin Impact, here we go. Yep, we're doing this again. Genshin Impact is a space beyond healing. It is. There is too many delusional motherfuckers at the top. There is too many delusional motherfuckers who are only thinking about money at the top. And I am not trying to deal with that shit. Absolutely not. There is nobody I want to collab with in that space. What would they add? Oh, I love this game. Really? Why? I don't know. I'm good. Oh, Paimon's kind of funny. Great. Nah, I'm good, bro. The game is shit. And we all know it's shit. It's a stepping stone for better games that came after. Good Lord, I hate that fucking game. Jesus. And the worst thing is if they were to just remove Paimon, it would be so much better. Remove Paimon, give the game an iframe for a dodge, give it a skip button. You're good to go. CN loves Paimon. Well, here's the thing, man. I'm not Chinese, so I don't care. I mean this genuinely. Do you think I care what's going on in China and Japan with my games? No, bitch, because I'm not there. Does it not have iframes? Give it the dodge that Wuthering Waves has. That's what I mean. Give it the same dodge as Wuthering Waves. Great.
Plays Genshin less nowadays. I would love to hear like what these...
Like, listen, man. In China, they eat like cats and dogs and like chicken feet and like bird brains. I don't want to eat that shit. I don't give a fuck what they enjoy over there. I'm not doing it. So it makes no difference to me what their culture is enjoying because I'm not in there. And that's their culture. And that's fine. But just because one group of people enjoy it doesn't mean that I'm going to. There are things over there that are normalized that are not normalized here. And I ain't going to normalize Paimon.
Other content creators or what these other streamers experience. Because for me at this point, I feel that it's just like what's the point, man? You know? So holy shit. Genuinely cannot be. Yo, Kiwi, thank you so much. This will be my quick little...
Chat, don't sit there and be pussies and act like what I just said wasn't anything but the truth. What, we're gonna freak out because I said that's what they do in China? They do. Did I ever say it was a bad thing? No, I said it was their culture. Quit being pussies. Did I say there was anything wrong with it? Absolutely not.
Rant regarding what happened to me today. I don't really know what to title this video. I'll think about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
There's 4 more minutes, Mr. Pokey. What's going on?
It's kind of farm shit. It's like a 12-minute video, so like I'll probably make like what, $50 on this. So it is really just to encourage a discussion within the community and see where things go from here, right? So okay, I just finished having a pretty interesting conversation, right? We have a pretty nice conversation with Tectone. It has been around 1 hour ever since I've so this is just additional what I think after, you know, really thinking through.
Yeah, full disclosure, people don't know, I've already talked to Mr. Pokey about this. I believe I disclosed that at the beginning of the video.
What I just said. In retrospect,
yeah,
I think maybe I should have just played Genshin first before Wuthering Waves. Because if I did that first, the Genshin chatters, or rather the people that play Wuthering Waves, they probably wouldn't watch my stream to begin with. And then they'll think I'm a Genshin guy, so they'll leave me alone. And then once I play Wuthering Waves, I don't think the Genshin guys would disturb me for playing Wuthering Waves because...
well, they did. Because they did that to Xiox. And the Genshin shadows are in every Wuthering Wave streams. They are. That's been proven demonstrably true. Yes, it is an issue on both sides. This is the issue I'm having. It is a both side issue.
Let's just be real. I think Wuthering Waves 2.0 was a pretty impressive upgrade. And it's not like, like, what's the Genshin guys gonna do? Oh my god, y'all don't have dinosaurs? Right? So I think I probably should have
Where are the dinosaurs at, man? Wuthering Wave sucks.
done that instead in retrospect. Play Genshin first, then play WuWa, and then for both halves, I think the hate would be lesser. Also,
The solution that works objectively is just ban them.
we did play Wuthering Wave for 3 days, so maybe it would happen the first day, and then by day 2 and 3 it would have been lesser. So probably should have done that. Second thing that I kind of want to about in retrospect. Okay, I just focus on Julian's ass cheeks. I think the second thing I kind of want to talk about in retrospect is I think comparisons between both games, they would be kind of...
Before he says anything, I think comparison between both games is very healthy. My personal take. I think that if you can't handle people comparing your game, you're insecure. I don't know what he's going to say, but that's my opinion.
inevitable.
Great.
Because fundamentally, they are both open world gacha games.
Yep.
And like, they both almost target the same core demographic.
Yep.
And while they
Great
kind of
take.
differ in like
Great take.
combat and like the different means of like, they're definitely not the same game, but it's kind of the same game. Same but different. So not making the comparison, I really tried to not make any comparison in the little Genshin story review just now, but it was so difficult because every single time I made the comparison, it kind of made me think of the other game. And then once I think of one game, it made me think of the other game, right? So on that hand, I think comparison is fine. And if anything, comparison is good.
Great take. Great fucking take.
Because it kind of brings about discussion.
Yep.
Brings about feedback for both gaming companies on like
Absolutely.
what can they learn and what can they improve on for their future projects.
Great.
But
Saved.
there is a fundamental difference between comparison and gacha tribalism, which is what caused the whole thing to begin with. Because there wasn't it wasn't comparison in the form of a they can improve here. It was just, why are you playing this dog shit game?
Are they wrong? All right, yeah, but are they wrong?
Right? So I think there's a very big difference between both there. And yeah. Oh, and also
The reason why they won't say, constructive shit for Genshin is because they already tried and nobody listened, so now they just shit talk. Yep.
one last thing. I might perma-ban more. Hopefully it's not you.
Let's fucking go. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Fuck yes, bro. Ban them all. Good. Kill them all. Fob, you need to do that next, buddy boy.
Because I really don't perma-ban that much. But
You should.
After today,
Yep.
it is what it is.
Yep.
Okay, cool. There's no word
Yes,
of the day.
sir.
Word of the day is Satch. Join to it, join Discord, join to the all of us. See you guys next time. All right, take it. Cool.
Dude, great video. Great video. Very simple. The war is on both sides. Permaban, kill them all. It's very, very, very simple. Yep. There is no good side. There is no bad side. We're both equal slop. We're all slop down here, guys. We're all slop down here. And some people are the sloppiest of them all. And sometimes when you go full slop, and you never go full slop, unless you're Tectone's YouTube. Good shit, Mr. Pokey. This seems like a W change for him. Seems like shit's gonna heal. But Mr. Pokey, please play what you want to play. Just ban the bad apples before they spoil the whole bunch. My opinion.